What's going on, guys? It's Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about this article from the Daily Mail. It is of a 19-year-old who put up a post on Twitter about how old-fashioned she is and how she would do certain things to please her man as far as being a domesticated wife. Now, that rubbed a lot of these man-hating feminists the wrong way. You know, these women who can't keep a man, they don't like that. They don't like the fact that you have women like this, who is 19 years old, by the way, who have these certain ideals. Now, I don't know if she's married. I know she's in a relationship, but she's speaking on what she feels her ideals of a wife would be. And the fact that these women took it the wrong way just shows you where we are. Now, this is the post. This was actually from 2019. It said, "Call me old-fashioned, but I was raised to take care of my husband. Make his plate every night, wash his work clothes for him, make sure he's up for work the next morning, always have a clean house for him to come home to, etc." And that's exactly, I guess, the wife I'll be. And people took exception to that. Okay. You had one person saying, "Sounds like you were raised to be his mom." Another person says, "So do you get to pursue any hobbies or passions, or is your full-time job being a mother to a fully grown adult man?" I think these women need to ask those questions to the women who work every day and come home to a fully grown man who has no job, who does nothing all day but play video games and flirt with women on Facebook. That's the life that a lot of these women on Twitter and Facebook, who are always trying to tell other women how to be feminine and how to, not how to be feminine, but how not to be feminine and how not to be weak and not, to be I guess a newer type of woman. A lot of those women probably have stories for days about the men that they took care of. See, it's okay for them to take care of a man if they're paying all the bills. But if the man is paying all the bills and she's at home and she's doing wifely duties, they have a problem with that. But what is the better position for the woman? Like, would you rather be a woman who is at home and your husband is working and taking care of the family? Or would you rather be working all day and coming home frustrated, angry because the man that you are laying up with has basically has no value to the world, to you or himself? Another person says, "Sounds like, say, call me progressive, but I would take being single any day over having to raise my husband." See, this is the type of women that we have nowadays, and y'all wonder why men are single. This is why men have no interest in dating. If you are a man and you make a lot of money, you do well for yourself, do you want to deal with a woman with a feminist mindset? Now, I don't have an issue with women working. I have no issue with women wanting to have goals and hobbies. But that's not what the young lady was saying. She was basically saying that she was going to help him as far as getting him up, getting him going, making sure that he has food to eat at night. She's not saying that she's not going to have, any hobbies for herself, that she wouldn't want to go shopping or hang out with her friends. But they're reading into it what they want to read into it. That's why a lot of these women are single and they will never get a man. "I've been married 30 years. Marriage is a partnership with give and take and mutual respect for each other, not one person catering to the other. Think about the model you're setting for your daughters." Once again, she didn't say that he didn't respect her. Obviously, she's talking about what she would do if she was married. Now, again, I don't know if she's married. I haven't seen anything where she's married. She's only 19. Maybe she thinks she's headed towards marriage. But I don't see anything where she's saying that she's going to give her life up to basically build him up. Like, come on, man. These women have lost their way. And they're wayward. And they're raising wayward seeds. They're raising wayward sons and wayward women. And what these particular women who are frustrated and upset at this 19-year-old girl, who obviously is very mature for her age, is that that's her ideal of what she would do. That's not saying that's all she would do, but when you have women who can't keep a man, especially the men that they want, because if these women were in relationships, they are dating beta males. They're dating men who are effeminate. They're dating men who are weak. They're dating men who are dependent. Listen, she would have gotten more props on her posts from these women if she would have said that I'm okay paying all the bills and working while, he stays at home and does this and that. She would probably get more props on that, because that's the life that these women live. These women are used to taking care of other men because they were raised that way. Let's see. Unless I'm a stay-at-home mom, this not gonna happen. Okay. I can't get over making sure he's up for work. Let's see. Furthermore, in the article, it says a second agreed and wrote, exactly, my husband works 70 hours a week and still cooks, does yard work, takes care of our daughter, grocery shops, etc. We make sure everything gets handled together. I was taught that in a relationship, you help take care of each other and help each other out. That's what people are missing. You see, women have they have this ingrained feminism in their mind that basically, if they're not in at least 50 to 60% of control of the relationship, they don't feel like they're in control. And what they have to understand is, if it comes to fixing things, if it comes to being your protector, if it comes to trying to understand and figure things out financially, who are you going to have? The girl was not saying that she, is totally subservient to him and that she just does nothing. She just sits around waiting on his every command. But today's women are lost. This young girl is actually, I believe, in college. So once again, it's not like she's, holding her life off to appease a guy. But you have a lot of women, man, they have lost their way and they wonder why they can't get or keep a man. I wonder why. Because you have bought into that feminism BS that has done nothing but ruin these women, because they have taken it and made it into something it wasn't supposed to be. It was all about empowerment, but it's not about empowerment anymore. It's all about having more power than the person that you're in a relationship with. That's what it seemed like it's about now. It's about trying to have more power over your spouse. And you get that power and you don't know what to do with it. Let's see. However, not everyone was quite as outraged about Briley, and that's her name, Briley, comments, and instead spoke out in support of her. It's her choice to be the kind of wife and woman you want to be. Encouraged one, while another said, pretty sure at Briley is my soul twin. I never heard of another female close to my age that believed the same way I do on what wifey material really is. As far as I can tell, this lady isn't trying to push her agenda on anyone. It's just her own values affecting her own life. And that's where we have to get to. We have to get to a point to where we can live our lives and have our own beliefs and not shame other people. But people are being shamed, especially a lot of women, unfortunately, are being shamed into being more masculine. Let me tell you something right now. A lot of you women are not going to get the men that you want if you're being masculine. It's never going to happen. You're going to have to get the men that want a mother figure. You're going to have to get the men who want to be taken care of and coddled. Those are the type of men you're going to attract. Your energy is not going to attract a man of money and resources, a man who's strong and intelligent. You're not going to attract that. These women you can tell these women are single and lonely. They're babies, mamas, okay? They're in and out of relationships. They don't know the first concept about being a wife. They don't know any concept about being a wife. And you got Langley here, who understands the concept. Now, again, it is old fashioned. It is a little bit outdated if you look at the way our current times are. But those beliefs, there are women who still believe in those beliefs. There's very few and far in between. But once again, you have to choose the right man in order to be able to procure those beliefs, because there are guys who will take advantage of it. There are guys who aren't going to, they're not really going to respect it. They're going to see you as a pushover, but that's not all men. There are men who are looking for that. They're looking for an attentive wife, because a wife should be attentive to her husband, especially if he's the provider and the protector. He's the guy who works hard every day. He comes home. He wants to be able to relax. And as his wife, that is your job to make sure he relaxes. The reason why you're seeing relationships fall apart during this quarantine is because you have a lot of men who are realizing, what did I marry? And then you got a lot of women who don't even want to be with the guy they're married to. And they've probably been feeling that way for a long time. But being in close quarters to each other has only made that situation worse. Now, I want people to look at this, and I want, especially a lot of you females that are listening, this is why a lot of y'all are single. Y'all have friends like that. Y'all got friends who are always telling y'all how y'all should act in your relationships. They're dictating to you how you should act in your relationships. They're trying to tell you how you should be in your relationships, instead of you being the way that you want to. Instead of you being the wife that you want to, or the girlfriend you want to, you're listening to your friends. Your friends can't even keep a man. They can't even remember last time they was in a relationship. A lot of these women been single for over 10 years. They constantly going out and they can't find anything, because their energy is, they're not attracting the right type of men. They're attracting males who only want to smash and dash. They don't want to stay there very long. And the fact that Riley has her beliefs, I think she's entitled to it. Doesn't mean that that's what she's going to actually do, but those beliefs means that all has not been lost in this generation.